Snoosh. Snoosh. Welcome to Tumblehome, a Boundary Waters podcast.
Wow.
My name is Adam, and joining me here in Studio K is my good friend Eric.
Hello.
And welcome to Season 2.
I'm kind of nervous. I haven't been nervous on the show in a long time.
Yeah,
We got a lot of things going here.
I don't feel like I'm prepared at all for a show of this magnitude, but
No.
well, the only way to know if you're ready is just to hit record.
Just to go, start pressing the red buttons and see what happens.
There's a lot of buttons now.
Yeah, so worst case scenario, this will come out as a podcast, obviously. We've got that figured out. But there's also this little camera over here. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Hopefully we can get that up onto a YouTube channel for people to see if they want to see us. It's like everything else we've done, kind of a learning process. So I think it's only going to get better, but you got to start somewhere. So, but if you are listening, that's cool too. Most people are probably just listening.
Yeah, hopefully. I didn't do my hair at all.
I
don't know about this red blinking light. It's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah. You can't be picking the nose or. We really
I should have to wear actual pants and not just like.
Well, we are from the waist up.
Yeah.
We're being recorded right
I'm pretty
now.
respectable from the waist up. I got a button shirt on today.
Yeah. So we are, as always, sponsored by Clearwater Historic Lodge and Canoe Outfitters, as well as listeners just like you. We are on that beautiful thing called Patreon. Information on that in the show notes if you'd like to support us. We're going to be shouting out some patrons at the end of the show.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe running down what those fine patrons are going to be coming their way here soon. And it is the Season 2 premiere. So we're getting fancy today with the beer sponsorship. Do you want to say who this one's from?
Yeah, sure. So it's from my father.
Dad. We've been hanging on to this for like half of a year.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. And he apparently gave it to Eric on my wedding day.
Mm-hmm. He didn't trust you with it.
He said, I don't trust Adam with this. You hang on to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been hanging on to it. I think you pretty much immediately, I don't think you ever told me exactly what it was. It's just that we had some very fancy beers lined up for the Season 2 premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And they're from my dad. So, anyways, thanks, Dad. You could have trusted me, I think, but it worked out, and so we got ourselves a beautiful Chimay Grand Reserve Ale.
Yeah, it's a Trappist. Oh, I love this stuff. We're going to hopefully get some sweet audio here of kind of why we hung on to it. It's something worth getting the nice audio on. To cork. Here we go. Whew. Season 2. Thanks, everybody. We're back. Every Sunday you can look forward to hearing, and if you really, really want, seeing us. But so pour these into some glasses here.
We actually got some glasses out.
And get into...
I hope these are appropriate for this lovely ale. I think they'll do the trick.
I think so.
Oh boy.
That's like 50% beer, 50% head.
Mm.
Man, oh man, these things. You gotta pour them at like a 179 degree angle, like almost flat. Yeah. If you want to trade.
Sure, I'll trade you back. Yeah, I think that he got these directly in France from Trappist.
Oh, wow. Really?
Belgium. That was embarrassing. Can you edit that out?
No. This is all, like, that's going to be the tricky thing going forward. The video...
The video won't lie.
The video won't lie. I can definitely edit the recordings here, but the video.
Edit that Starbucks cup out of the scene, please.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
All right, here we go.
From Belgium, this beautiful ale. Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, man.
Zowie.
You remember the trip we took? We were the month in Quetico, and we bought one of these chimets in Ely, and
That was
met
one
up
of the
with
nicest
some
liquor stores I've ever been in.
solid. Yeah, shout out Mike's Liquors in Ely. Beautiful selection. And we ended up in the parking lot at the Fall Lake Campground with some friends of Paige, and just like passed around a bottle of chimay.
Yeah, real classy.
Real classy.
And then we paddled out to our campsite and slept for a whole day.
Yep. So, it is the season premiere of season 2. We're going to be getting to some of your comments via Reddit. Where are you heading? What are your plans? The open water season is upon us. As of today, May 8th, things are a bit icy on some of the larger border lakes. Clearwater is still about 85% iced in. But I did see a loon.
You did.
So, that's,
that was going to be my first question. I have not yet.
There was a loon on Swamper. So we are coming in.
Yes.
Well, you listeners already know. They've heard it.
Yeah.
They've heard it.
I'm truly surprised. I was wondering. I'm not surprised. I thought maybe it was a chance.
I haven't actually heard one, but I saw a big loon on Swamper. So.
Yeah, see, Natalie thought she had heard one back here on the river, on the Cayadunce itself. And when that one's been open for a while, but I don't know. I've seen some loons on some very small bodies of water where you're like, how did you? All right, I can see how you got in here. Anyone can land.
Yeah,
in there,
right.
But, a loon takes off.
Circling.
Where do they gotta?
Oh God!
Kind of push themselves through the woods to a larger opening. My little pond on the land over yonder over by Devil's Track.
Yeah.
There's that little vernal pond about the size of my house, maybe. And there was Joshy Poo saw a loon in there one time when there was some water standing in there in the spring. And you were like, how did it get out of there? That's crazy. It's surrounded by very tall trees too.
Yeah.
So who knows? They're loons. They can handle it. So I would say they probably could have been on the river, no problem, if they can land on that pond.
Probably easier to take off in a little bit more of a straight shot like that.
Yeah. So we've got a possible hearing of a loon. I'll say probable. She's pretty good with her bird song, so she heard one back here, and you saw one. So
definitely saw one.
It's loon season.
The loons are back.
All right.
Loon intro is in full effect. Now I only have to find one chiptune song every week instead of 2. So I think we should start with our recap, thoughts, and shout outs from our experiences at Midwest Mountaineering Outdoor Expo.
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
Before we get to,
we'll get to the what are you doing this year?
I'm really looking forward to that. It's one of those things where we put it out and then I just never look at it again because I want to come through and just be surprised and
it's
take
much
it on
better.
First read. Yeah, but so I think just first of all, let's recap. It was a couple of weekends ago now. We were down in Minneapolis and at the Midwest Mountaineering Expo. It was great. It was awesome. Super surprised at the amount of people that came out.
See, I didn't know what to expect. It seemed pretty busy.
Yeah,
I've never been. I've been to Canoecopia before, and it seems like that's about how many people are at one of those things.
It seems like the people out at Midwest Mountaineering, they know a little bit more. There aren't those first two. wait, what? Where's Cook County? What's the Boundary Waters? Everybody, you don't have to go through that first initial setup. It's the conversations were a step beyond that initial. Tell me about where you are. The Boundary Waters. Okay.
As soon as you said Gunflint Trail, most people you could see the light go on. Okay.
Yeah, Canoecopia is Cook County? You mean more like Crook County, Illinois? Am I right? No, not the one down in
I'm talking about Chi-Town.
Illinois. Yeah, no, we're up on the Gunflint. Yeah. Oh, is it a trail? Do you bike it?
Yeah.
Do you hike it? Is it a paddling trail?
It's a paddling trail.
And that's fine that people are needing a little bit more of an explanation, but there's also...
So it's not that they're Bozies in Madison, but it's just that it's a different level of show. Is there more? It's called Canoeicopia, though.
Yeah.
So it should be all about people who know about canoeing, really. But it's probably half Kayak-copia at this point. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And
Paddle-copia.
Whereas Midwest Mountaineering, there was like booths for African safaris and climbing a mountain to stop forms of cancer. Or I guess it was climbing a mountain to help with cancer research.
Something like that.
Yeah, you're raising funds via climbing of mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was quite a few different paddling booths, both for like lodging outfitters. I saw one for Voyageurs National Park was right next door.
They were right next to us, yeah. We also, on the way down, we got up real early the Friday morning of that show. And as we were driving, we were kind of joking about like, because we knew the other Boundary Waters podcast was going to be there.
We heard rumors, yeah.
I was
pretty certain that we were going to see them.
And so we were talking like, man, what if we end up like right across from them? Like we're not like, it's just a funny little thing. It's obviously they're two different shows. We do two different things, but of course we get checked in and we're kind of walking down the aisle.
Booth 48 or whatever we were.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, there they are.
They're right there.
We were right next to each other. So like
the booths are pretty small, so we were basically just hanging out all in one area right there. Podcasters row.
Yeah, but it was funny because you'd have people coming from either direction where they'd start and be talking to us, and they're like, oh, Boundary Waters podcast, oh, that's cool. And then you overhear them just the next booth down.
Yeah.
Oh, you also have a Boundary Waters podcast. It's like, how many Boundary Waters podcasts are there?
The joke was, these are the best two, though.
Yes, for sure.
Hands down, the best two Boundary Waters podcasts there are. So.
Yeah, and we're the best one that comes out every week.
Every week.
Now. Starting this Sunday.
What was the most awkward though is that the booths are very small, and so you could definitely like hear each other talking at times if like you weren't currently engaged with speaking with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So you could hear their like, I don't know what to call it, just like their banter, and then I'm sure they could hear us talking to people. I don't know. That was a little. It was interesting just to hear the approach.
I mean, and they were there just with the podcast.
So they were for WTIP too.
Yeah, the North Shore Community Radio for sure.
Yeah, like the station manager was there for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like it's more of a joke than anything else. Like it's not like we're on good terms. Obviously, we were like talking back and forth.
There's plenty of park out there for two podcasts for sure.
Yeah, and they do a different kind of show. So it was just funny, like, of course, there's like 75 booths in here, and we ended up right next to theirs. So, but yeah, like, we were there as Clearwater Canoe Outfitters, and the podcast, we mentioned it here for like a few weeks straight, but it wasn't that huge, like, we didn't push it that much, so I was very surprised at the number of people that came out. It was great. We ran into some people that we had only ever known as screen names on Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit friends,
which was very fun.
Friends.
Yeah, I don't know how many of them we want to shout out necessarily or not. I think we definitely need to shout out Claire.
Absolutely.
And I think we should try to
top shout out from the show.
I think we should try to pull it off the wall, at least for the video.
Yeah,
we'll take a picture of it. So
let's do it.
We were there for, I think it was like the middle of the second day.
It was on Saturday, yeah.
And she came over and just like gave us this like box, like was just thanking us for doing the show and wanted to give us this gift. And it's like this amazing, like laser etched, like circle, like custom made Tumblehome, a Boundary Waters podcast, little logo thing. That now that we're doing video is like perfectly like hung in the middle of the map here. The way that this camera works, it is like super far away. So
yeah, it's like a multi-layered wooden wall sculpture. I don't know. Here, I got it pinned up here on top. I'll just pull that pin. So we have it hanging up on the map wall, and it's just south of the Fungus Lake PMA. We're not covering up anything too important. Bunny Lake, Sylvania Lake, you know, I mean, you can still see the timber-free air loop off to the right there, so.
Yeah.
Isabella is getting kind of pinched out there, but yeah, it's really nice. It had an inscription on the back too, which I didn't notice at the time, and so that was pretty nice as well, a little personalized inscription.
It's super cool. I mean, there was certain points during that show where I was like, I mean, it was like borderline emotional for me, where I was like, oh man, like, I mean, yeah, we definitely do this for fun, but there was a lot of people that we talked to who were like, yeah, you like, there's something about the way that you guys do that show, and what you talk about that like brings me to the Boundary Waters, relaxes me. There was one person that we talked to who has like a 16-year-old daughter who like she comes home from like school and she's stressed out, and she uses it to kind of decompress at the end of the day and just to kind of take her mind off of, I mean, I can't even imagine what high school is like now, but I remember when in high school was like every other day there was something else, like some deadline or something. So to have that kind of effect on people is amazing, because I know that is sort of why I wanted to start the show, because I love podcasts for what they do for me in terms of kind of getting through some like either like some mundane activities or just feeling like you're a part of something. Not that there's anything wrong with spending time with your own thoughts, obviously, but I prefer to be like, you know, using some of those times to listen to something. And even if there's just two people out there that get something out of the show, it's amazing, but it sounds like there's a lot more than that. So, yeah, and I mean, I don't know what else to say besides thanks. And so we're going to hang this back up. It's going to be in the studio. Now that we have the video going, I think it's a perfect little centerpiece with the big map wall there. So
yeah, it's incredible. I still don't really understand how lasers could do something like that, but very talented. It's not the lasers, obviously. It's a piece of artwork there.
Yeah,
we got a moose.
It's amazing. Thank you, Claire.
We got a wolf on there on the bottom, and then
maybe us.
2 people paddling a canoe. So it's probably, I can imagine it being us.
I think I could tell like
anybody.
That's me in the back, because you can tell that the person's paddling on the right.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly magnificent. So thank you to Claire. That was really
thanks, Claire.
And
who's the Tyler?
Tyler
dropped off some beers.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler for dropping off beers.
Shout out to Tyler and the what was it? The Tamarack Brew Pub that he gave us.
I don't know if I have those on me.
I had them somewhere, but now all of a sudden we're just like in the studio here, and I
think they're like, we're not totally prepared.
They're just like 6 feet away. I think it was like the Tamarack Brew Pub in Woodbury. And
fact check us. I don't know.
Those beers have not been cracked, and you will get an official sponsorship, Tyler. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we hung on to them. We were good.
Yeah.
We had Rojo Rider.
Rojo Rider. We haven't been on to Reddit yet, but I'm assuming he's left a comment.
I hope so.
We met him, his family, and his friends.
Yeah, and they did buy us a beer. Direct. There was a couple taps at the show.
It felt like Tori
maybe
kind of cajoled them into doing that, but you know, nevertheless.
Yeah, she really got them to she got in their ear somehow, and they came back with beers.
Yes.
So.
And then we saw them the next day as well when we were out in the sunshine on the street drinking at the
beer garden.
Whatever the name of the Republic pub or whatever that was.
Yeah, just down the way in the Seven Corners.
Yeah. Right
across from Bullwinkle's.
Oh, we never got into Bullwinkle's.
We never did go to Bullwinkle's.
Man, oh man.
And the cabaret.
Every Saturday at midnight, Balls Cabaret.
Balls Cabaret? What's that? We had to walk underneath that sign like 12 times on the weekend, and I still don't know what a Balls Cabaret is.
I don't know. I'm not really prepared to find out.
I just want to leave it a mystery.
Yeah. The hashtag women conquering the man chain women stopped by.
That was a really good conversation. They got some big plans.
Yeah, they're like eyeing up big rivers in Canada.
Yeah, they're shooting for the moon.
Yeah.
This year, I don't feel like I'm shooting for much compared to them.
Well, it's just like I haven't had enough time to think about more than just the next trip.
Yeah.
And it's it does involve a river, but not quite to their extent. So it was really nice to see them because we missed them last summer. They dropped by the Laser Loon beers. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
So yeah, it was great to see them. I mean, so many other people too that just like, I mean, we're probably missing like another couple dozen people.
Yeah, we
that
could have
stopped
kept a
by.
pretty extensive list, but we appreciate everybody who stopped by. You could always kind of tell if somebody'd stop by and they'd be like, I love the show.
Yeah.
And then we did just get right into talking about something, either a trip or something about the show, or start looking at the map immediately and pointing stuff out. So, and that was just great times. It could be a little overwhelming sitting there getting excited and talking with that many people about something over the course of 3 days.
Yeah.
But I do like to talk a lot, and especially like to look at maps. So
yeah,
it was a lot of fun. For the most part, that's what it is. People come up, you enthusiastically look at maps together and talk about paddling and getting in the park. So
yes, it was great, and it I think the last episode we were talking about like, oh, April is the worst month or whatever, and that was really nice to get that kind of energy from others injected into my psyche in terms of looking forward to the upcoming season, which is like, it's here. I mean, I guarantee there's people doing trips over out of Ely.
Yeah, I feel a lot more real about it now, though, because when we were down there, it was a ways off. It's still April.
Yeah, well, when we left, it was iced in.
Everybody's like, I don't know, there's a chance of some pretty good snow when you guys get back. Oh. And then, snow it did. Gosh. So that kind of socked me in the guts a little bit when we picked up like 14 inches here at Studio K, and I think you guys had more than that up the hill.
No, you had more. I think we only had like 8 or 10.
Oh my God.
Demoralizing. It was just like one of those things. The worst part about it, it was one of those forecasts where it's like, maybe like 2 to 5 inches, and then you're thinking, well, the ground's been warming up so much, we probably won't even get half that. And then like later on in that day when it was just like still snowing.
Oh, Monday I left for work. I was working later, and I left at about 10, and we had like 4 or 5 already. And then by 5 or 6, it was like there's a foot of snow up the hill now. What?
Yeah, I think Sawbill got 16.
Yeah, I literally was about to like leave work early. I had an interview scheduled though. I like couldn't cancel, so I just stuck around, and I made it, but had I met another car coming home, I would have been in the ditch somehow. Like, no way.
And it was right in that time of year where the plows aren't going to be like super excited about getting out and plowing some of these
roads
because they're super soft, and if they do that, they get messed up. So
yeah, home road is wrecked right now.
Everything's wrecked. I feel like half my car is like falling apart every time I go over a bump, and the back windshield's going to fall out any moment.
So it was really nice to get down to the cities, even though that all happened later. But at the moment, it was great just seeing like the trees budding out. Yeah. It was just a little bit warmer. I think I got a pretty good amount of sun on Friday.
We did get a couple of rounds in at shout out to Acorn Park in Roseville. That is a beautiful 18 holes of disc golf down there.
Really a lot of timber, even without the trees totally leafed in. I can't imagine what that course plays like fully foliaged out. But
lots of water hazards, a little wet.
It was pretty puddly, and I think I hit about 15 or 16 trees in the first 3 holes.
At least.
But I still managed to play a pretty nice round. I rang up like 3 birdies in a row at one point, and
I made some solid putts. I made better putts down there than I've ever made at Lutzen. I don't know what was going on.
Pressure's off. You're just on a vacation course. You're not in league play.
Surrounded by a bunch of fellow much better throwers.
No, we were just out there playing a loose round. It was a good course, good fun. Got some sun in. Yeah. And I think the worst part of the trip was just stressing over parking in the monster truck.
Oh yeah, the Clearwater, a huge 4-door like extended cab F-150. Like that thing's not meant to be driven around in anything like closer than like Hinckley, Minnesota to the cities. Like there should be like a 250-mile radius where the car battery just like dies.
You're not allowed to even exit.
No, you need to keep this on
go right through
2-lane highways or dirt roads, because that was a drag.
I've never seen anybody hit one of those things in a parking garage.
The dangling,
the danglers,
like clearance signs.
The canoe rack.
Yeah, the canoe rack.
R.I.P. Dangler.
Yeah, that was oh man, dropping that thing off and knowing that I was going to be done with it for the weekend was a great feeling. So yeah, anything else that you want to say on the show a couple weeks ago before we get into the season at hand and where some of our listeners and responders are coming from?
No, I don't know. I enjoyed the good food and the walk down by the river too. That was a nice highlight of Saturday. We did get to meet up with some friends, but we didn't stay out too late. I honestly thought we were going to stay out later, and then we ended up like, well, still kind of razzed up. Let's go for a walk down by the river. And I never been down by the Mississippi and in the city there. It's really a cool waterfront area.
Yeah,
so.
The Stone Arch Walking Bridge is a fun place to spend some time with all the lights.
And all the teens out on prom.
Oh, it was prom night.
Prom shenanigans everywhere.
Oh, yeah. We saw some shout out to Quang's as well down there. And I don't even know where that we got driven around while we were down there.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know where that was. Eat Street. Whatever
Somewhere
that
down
means.
Eat Street, yeah. We go to Minneapolis like once a year.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. I have a pretty good sense of direction when I'm in the boundary waters, but you put me in the middle of the city with a bunch of streets going north-south, and I somehow get all perplexed.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, I think that says enough about it. We sure did have a good time, and
it was awesome.
Thanks for it was fun talking with everybody, and I don't know, got some cool stickers and gave out a few stickers. So I'm hoping to see some Tumblehome stickers somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I want to like be at an entry point this summer, and there's somebody with a Tumblehome sticker on their car. That's gonna really make my day.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about this more in depth at the end of the show.
Right on.
But we do have, there's only 2 of these in existence.
Oh, I know what you're talking about already then.
So there's a potential for patrons of the show to get access to this very special, exclusive club.
Yeah, we're giving away the Tumblehome stickers, but this is special stuff.
This is special stuff. So
we'll get to that later.
We will. We'll finish up with that. I think in the meantime, I'm very excited to go through. Got a lot of responses on Reddit from where people are planning on heading this summer. Do you want to read those? Should we do a little quick pause?
Digital Reddit. Yeah, we should pause. That was not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll pause. We'll let you get a little breath back in you.
A little more steam.
A little bit of steam back in for the first actually digital Reddit. No printed Reddit today.
Yeah, we got good internet here.
Make sure everything's in order. And yeah, if you're really interested in seeing what happens when we take these breaks, you're going to find out if you want to go to the YouTube page and watch this video, because we're not stopping that video button until we're done.
Well, the video includes all the breaks, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing anything with that. That's what we do. We make funny faces. There's a little bit more in here if you want it.
Yeah,
people are going to truly be able to see how much we drink on the videos.
That's what the video's for.
The video stream, yeah.
Drink tracker.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
That makes sense.
They drink way more than I thought they did.
All right, we'll just set that over there for now.
We should definitely... Do you want to do this second one?
Yeah, let's pop the secondary one.
Well, we should definitely get that on audio.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, they're going to see, like, how much I pick at my beard and, like, drink while we're doing this show. And then... yeah, they're also gonna be able to see like that I'm not actually like surprised by what the beer is. Like, what? Me?
There's been times in the past where I have surprised you.
Yeah, we can still do surprises. We just have to be a little sneakier about it. We need a surprise like chest you can hide treasures in. I don't know. I think it's on yours. I'm not hearing nothing.
No, I got it. It sounds good. So
okay. I'll redo the digital Reddit, and then maybe this should this be sponsored for digital Reddit sponsor?
Sure.
I can't believe I said the fucking Trappists are in France.
Whatever.
All right.
Yeah. Here you go. I don't even know if the audio is going to be good on the GoPro, but...
Oh, they're going to be able to hear the audio? Oh, that's right. You're not going to sync the audio in.
No.
So they're going to hear all this.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Are you going to loon bleep it?
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not trying to like monetize it on YouTube, so you can swear on YouTube if you want, as long as you know it's
Oh man, I feel like this is gonna be like the first episode where I kind of cringe listening to it. Like it's pretty rough.
Sure, yeah.
Like this video is gonna be pretty bad with me like looking at the video directly. Like, you're not supposed to break that third.
You can break it. It's not a movie. Oh, God. Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be like those first few episodes where it's only going to improve. But
Just gotta get lots of props and toys to play with.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Is to I love going back and listening to.
All right, well, we got a little bonus episode stuff for the video right now. Before we're getting back into it, I just got this. It's a Castaplas Goethe, and it's a very big and it's a good feeling mid-range disc. It's got more glide than speed. It's a 5.4, so.
You can't, you're not going to lose that in anything.
No, I'm going to just mainly play with that at the home course, so. It's highly visible. I did play with it a little bit last night when it came in, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Bring us in with digital Reddit.
Digital Reddits. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we have the Reddit pulled up. We haven't really not been on the Reddit much lately. I don't know how I've avoided this because I've been on Reddit reading people crying about Game of Thrones.
Everybody
nonstop.
is so upset about
What
it.
is wrong with people? Just enjoy the good parts, and don't take it so seriously. Yeah, hopefully he finishes the books, but I know a lot of people are like, he's never gonna finish the books. This is the ending we get.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? I'm not gonna give any spoilers.
There's no spoilers here, but that
seriously,
is basically.
That's what Reddit has been now lately. I haven't seen the Boundary Waters. I saw one on there, and it was like, I'm not even gonna bring it up. It was a lot of the questions you see on Boundary Waters Reddit are like kind of ridiculous. What's the worst dehydrated food? Is it Mountain House? Is that the brand I'm thinking of?
Mountain House is pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, where's the best deal on Mountain House? That was like a question I saw the other day. Like, oh, God, there's so many things wrong with just the premise of this question.
There's definitely better versions of dried food, too.
Yeah.
Shout out Camp Chow, shout out Cache Lake. Those are two local dehydrated food sources.
There was some stand of dehydrated food at the show, giving out like pudding sampled, like dehydrated pudding, and then shout out to the old fellow who wandered over with his sample of pudding and then licked it like an old cat in front of us.
Yeah.
Gross. Not cool. I don't care.
I don't think he listens to the show.
If he listens to the show, I'm sorry, man. That wasn't cool.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst sounds in nature right there.
Well.
All right. Sorry. Let's get to the questions and answers.
Questions.
What was the question?
Well, the question was kind of where we started last year, which was essentially, what are your plans for visiting the BWCA this year?
Can we tilt the computer just a smidge?
I think we can definitely get it a little tilted for you.
Adjust my mic.
And we'll switch off like we always do.
Always.
It's been a long time since we've done this.
Yeah.
I'll start. So, this is from Rono_Cluck.
6 points.
Going in order of points here.
Always.
Then this one's coming up soon. Numbered Lakes, entry point 30 on 5/17. That's just next week.
Boom.
Easy few days of base camping. Looking to have some adventurous day trips into the PMAs in the area. Very nice. For sure going down the powwow to the Rock of Ages. Big fan of the pod. You guys take me to the woods during my daily horrific urban commute.
Oh, we do live in a dystopian nightmare, Romo Cluck.
That's awesome. That's super timely with the powwow and the Rock of Ages. You're gonna go and try to find the Jason Rasmussen commemorative
memorial trail marker,
so people don't end up going
here. Yeah. Don't JRAS this thing. Go left.
Yeah. Awesome. Easy few days of base camping. That's always nice. Sometimes it's just
start the season off easy. It's like in disc golf. You don't want to come out and start ripping your 14 speed on May. Hold on. Play with the mid ranges for a couple weeks.
Yeah, just a little.
There's nothing wrong with that. You get your arms, get your legs loose. Then do your big trips in the fall. Yeah. I love it.
Exactly.
All right. Distracts. 5 points. I just confirmed my first trip to the BWCA in mid-June, going in on SAG and hope to base camp on Esther for a week. Have you guys dealt with that area much? I heard Cherry is beautiful, but has a nasty portage. We can confirm.
Yeah, we've been
everything
to Cherry.
in that statement, I think.
Those are cool lakes.
Cherry is beautiful.
Let's take a look up here at the map.
Yeah, where's our laser pointer?
Yeah, there are a few. I think there's 2 different ways into Cherry. And Esther and Hansen, very good lakes to set up for a base camp. Excellent campsites and fishing.
Yeah, it's not a bad not a bad paddle in there, and if you're doing a tow, especially, I mean, even then, it's not bad.
I guess there's not really. You can come in from Hansen, into like whatever is just south of Lunar there, or you can come in from Ameber. We've always
Ameber.
Kind of like Gogebic.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that one? Omeber?
Multi-pronunciational.
The campsites on Cherry are so-so. I remember when we went by there a couple of years ago after we came down from our Lake of the Clouds. We got lost up in the...
Yeah, we were lost on Lake of the Clouds. That was the nasty portage I remembered, but...
Yeah, out of Gijikiki.
Yeah.
Beautiful lakes, though. Esther, there's a really nice set of campsites on the island on Hansen. And yeah, a day trip up into Cherry would be fun, but I think I don't remember what was going on in terms of in terms of fishing.
I would rather go and do a day trip into the Pitfall.
But yeah, I mean,
you're right at the doorstep of the Pitfall there.
The Pitfall PMA definitely seems like it had a little bit more in the way of like
actual
portages,
old
portages, and actually maybe some campsites.
There's definitely campsites marked there on Paddle Planner for sure, and there's old fishers that show campsites there, and I think half of it's burnt though. Pitfall
got a little bit of the burn from
I can't see it. I don't know how you're looking at this. I need like a flashlight or something.
It's definitely been a little burned, which kind of takes away from...
Yeah, I think Fish Lake is totally burnt, and then it's Nakawaka that has a nice campsite on the north side is what it looked like, and that one actually still had some trees to it. So
Nakawaka.
If I was going to a Pitfall PMA or base camping at Esther, I would try to make a run up for a picnic lunch at Nakawaka.
Well, the other thing to consider distracts is if you have a week on Esther, take a day trip down to the South Arm of Knife. We always talk about how Sac is just an amazing fishing lake.
Esther is already pretty knife-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're already into that neighborhood proper at that point. So it's already good in that respect. I was going to just tie that in, but you're right. I mean, you got that kind of time. That's totally doable.
And you could get a Grand Slam in a day down there.
You could do an Otter Track knife, South Arm of Knife back up little loop if you really had a low wind day and wanted to go for a cruise.
Yeah.
Do some trolling.
But Esther and Hansen, both really great lake trout lakes. Mid-June should still be good.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a big copper spoon, like a big 3/4 ounce.
I somehow missed that they were going for a whole week. I'm super jealous now.
Yeah, I know. So a big 3/4 ounce Daredevil, one of those pockmarked copper spoons.
Dimpled. It's called dimpled.
I've had
a little Clio at least.
Zit-faced spoons. Bring one of those. Those I've had really good luck with. The bigger spoon, the better I find in those lakes for the lake trout. There's one really nice site on Vista, and then all the other ones are pretty so/bad.
Yeah. So yeah, it's there's a couple tricky ones getting down the hill into little trout. It's a lot of up and down. I felt like, but they're all pretty short. So take your time. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Hopalicious. Haven't heard from Hopalicious in a while. Thanks for responding. Late June fishing trip to Ensign or Basswood. Stick to Basswood. If it was me, I will never camp on Ensign.
Yeah, we all know how Eric feels about Ensign.
I hate that lake. There's no Bonjour Waters lakes that I hate.
More than Ensign.
And I don't hate any other ones.
Scorn.
It's literally the one I hate. I got attacked by a dirty, dirty family of bears. And there's too many campsites. It's too busy. It's junky. It's blown down. Yeah. Do you want my honest opinion on it? Loon Bleep.
They need to get
Ensign.
the people that redesigned recreation.gov to redesign Ensign.
Yeah, they need to
Because
redesign
they couldn't
Ensign
make it any worse. It's not possible.
No, I don't. I think with that entry, it's like a Moose Lake entry permit that you would need to get to Ensign. Let's do it. We'll do a whole episode on Ensign like mid-season when it really blow off some steam.
We should like a first week of August. We should do Ensign.
It'll just be me just ranting and raving, pounding on the wall.
I think we may have to return to Ensign so you can get some closure.
Yeah, we'll go out there. We should go. That would be fun.
In August.
Go out with the field recorder to the site that I went. Relive the whole scenario.
Yeah, we could recreate that scenario. Then we could probably get in 80 to 100 interviews with other people that are camped out there in August.
At least, yeah. It's like a water.
Tell us about your bear pack. Max Caven, 1 point. Been going to my grandpa's cabin on Gunflint Lake my whole life, but so far I've only done some camping on a few of the U.S. Forest sites on the lake and some simple day trips into the park. So me and a good friend are doing our first real trip at the end of May, going into Missing Link, be around, and have a few potential routes planned. But ideally, we would love to make it to the island campsite on Snipe. I think it was mentioned on episode 25. You are correct. Side note, I seriously can't tell you guys how much joy this show brings me. Oh, thank you. Anytime a new episode drops, it's an instant play, and anything else gets paused. Keep up the good work. Wow, I should have read that ahead and skipped it, and I self-bragged. But thank you for the compliment. And
I'm assuming your name is Max, but let's just say username Max Cavan. Thank you. That is a great compliment. Again,
very fine.
We have hit on this multiple times. You should just title this episode "Thank You."
Thanks. Yeah, and just make sure if you're going to be planning on the island on Snipe, there's only one thing you got to remember, Max Cavan. It's the pizza biters.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't even think about going out there without a bag of pizza biters for night one.
We ran into somebody at the show. It's like, this guy turned me on to pizza biters.
If that's the only thing we're known for, or just myself in particular.
Yeah.
If that's what we get known for, is getting people to bring pizza biters, then I think our job is done here. So anyways, yeah. Oof, it's a really good campsite, but you're going to definitely want a doodle pad and make sure you got at least a jumbo bag of pizza biters for each person.
If you have the grandpa's cabin on Gunflint Lake, stop in Clearwater and say hi.
Yeah.
You'll for sure get to see, well, not for sure, but most likely you'll get to see me. Or you can lurk around the back alleys of Grand Marais and maybe find Adam.
I'm always there somewhere.
Getting down there in terms of comments, I think this might be the most commented on, just straight up.
It's been live for a while now.
It's been almost 2 weeks. Yeah. Somniferoche Dash. I'm going to call that good.
You nailed it, yeah.
Yeah, the closest thing this year to a BWCA trip is a backpack camping trip at Bearhead Lake State Park, where we will be portaging our canoe to the lake we're staying on. That's kind of cool, though. I think I didn't realize that there were campsites out on the lake like that. I know
there's a lot of little mini opportunities to portage and camp. Like if you can't get all the way to the Boundary Waters. I know when I was living in Madison, I was always seeking out opportunities for, it's like a, just a mini Boundary Waters. Sometimes that's the best you can get to, and that's pretty good.
Like the Timber Freer.
The home of the pizza biters.
Yeah.
That's where the pizza biters thing all began. I'm thinking of stuff like Sylvania and upper the UP.
Porcupine Mountain.
Yeah, or just doing like the Namakagon River. I mean, there's not really portaging there unless you get around one of the dams. Yeah, I don't know. There's a little chain of lakes like out north of Minocqua that you can do some portaging on and like technically backcountry camping. I mean, none of it's very big compared to the Boundary Waters. It's nothing, but it still gives you the experience, and a lot of those places are pretty untouched. So I've never done Bear Island, but
it's just like west of Ely, like pretty close to where we used to live off the grid, over when I used to run dogs.
I don't know.
You can kind of see it just south and west of Ely. Bear Head.
Bear Head, there it is.
Mm-hmm. There's a nice fire tower over there, one of the few remaining that isn't on a reservation, kind of right between Tower and Ely that you can actually walk up to the top of. I love me some fire towers. But
yeah, good stuff.
I like the name of this user. If you want to read that one, I'll finish up with the last one here.
Chef Cycle. 1 point.
3 hours ago, we barely got it in.
What? Is that real? We got a couple there.
And an hour ago, man.
So these could have had a lot more points if they got in earlier. So we're not going to judge them on their points here so much as that they got in.
Yeah.
1 trip in June with a girlfriend and 2-year-old, and 1 in September with my brother. It'll be everybody else's first time, so just nice and easy trips. Hopefully I can get 1 more trip in. That's a real hard one. Nice. That's a really good goal right there. Introduce a few more new people to the park, and then 1 for yourself.
Yep.
So, nice job. I hope you have safe travels. Always fun to get out with the special lady, the kid, and especially brother. I always enjoy my trips when brother comes up.
Tailwinds.
Yeah, tailwinds for days.
Valak 232, looking for an easy trip into Lake 2 or 3 for some fishing. This is my first trip into the park in 4 years.
He's back. Our friend Valak is back. Welcome back, Valak.
We've heard from Valak before?
I don't know. He or she is a friend of the show.
Yes.
If they've commented once, this was 1 hour ago.
Valak. 1 hour ago.
Just got in.
Just squozed in just under the wire. That's everybody.
We're going to get some clues in when our recording schedules are.
We didn't hear from Rojo Ryder.
That's all right. We heard from Rojo.
Yeah, I think they're going up into Quetico.
They're doing something.
We talked to them. They're going up into Old Canippy. That Old Canippy.
He did a personal check-in. He didn't need no Reddit to let us know. Yep. Rojo stopped in and also super jealous of that trip.
They're going up into Canippy in mid-June. They're going to
oh, man.
They're going to be you could don't even have to bring a sleeping bag. You could just lay in a bed of walleye that whole trip. The fishing is going to be
You just sing that song you sang, and then the walleye will come right up to your camp, and then you just lay on them like a pillow of walleye.
You sing Old Man River, just with Canippy replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll just jump into the frying pan and skin themselves on the way.
That's a jam. That's a real jam. Yeah, fall chain, man.
Falls chain.
Falls chain, plural.
Kenny, the campsite on Kenny.
Ooh, yeah.
It's definitely got me. I mean, obviously, it's Quetico, but it's the same realm. What we're talking about here got me very jealous. So we can kind of.
How do I get so far ahead?
Ahead of what?
I'm beer ahead.
Beer ahead. Well, we've been talking about how there's maybe some video happening. Until we get some of the kinks worked out, the video that you're gonna see this week is maybe gonna be a little bit a little jangly until we can figure out why this.
You're gonna post it though, anyways.
I'll throw it up. Why not?
Yeah, it's sketchy.
Yeah, like I said, everything else we've done. Go back and listen to episode 2.
I'm never listening.
Want to listen to episode 2?
I'm never listening to any single-digit episodes. That's for sure.
We need to do Clearwater Lake again.
Yeah, we need to redo that one for justice. Maybe in season 3.
Yeah.
Come back and hit it when we know what we're doing. That was embarrassing. We should have started with some crap lakes.
No, I don't know. We had to. I mean, it's always a balance. You have to start with what you know, but we also we didn't know anything about how it was going to sound.
Yeah.
I get your refrigerator kicks on 10 times during that episode.
Yeah.
And it's so slow. It's just I can't even imagine there's no energy. I mean, I don't even know how people were listening to that and being I'm going to keep listening to this.
I sense great potential.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm
really?
not saying that.
Oh, see, I've never gone back to listen to any of the single digit ones. I won't do it.
I'm not saying what we're doing now is 10 times better, but it's definitely better than those first few.
Practice makes perfect, Eric.
Yeah. So the video, it's coming along. It's going to be what it is for a little while. nothing is going to change in terms of the podcast. But if you haven't heard, you didn't see, we should take this time to shout out that we are now on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm pretty proud of that.
That's
cool.
awesome because it's always been kind of a pain with like the iTunes. There's like it's all super like device based. Like, do you have an Android or Apple, iOS, like whatever? Right. So like you have to like try to address all these different devices. Like anybody can download Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of a Spotify account you have, what you pay for, but Tumblehome, a Bonjour Waters podcast, easily searchable, and anytime an episode comes out, will now be commensurately published on Spotify. Which for me personally, like that is such a nice, easy go-to. Like I would much rather just listen to it right from Spotify because I use Spotify for everything else.
Yeah, I haven't made the switch yet just because we haven't had a new episode out since that became a thing. So
yeah,
I've been listening to everything on Stitcher, and I'm definitely not crazy about the app.
It's fine.
I'll maybe keep using it if like some of the ones I like to listen to aren't on Spotify. But I think now I'm just gonna switch all my podcast. I kind of was doing all my podcasts on Stitcher because that's where ours was.
Right.
And yeah, I do listen to them now. I listen to them at work when I'm cleaning the kitchen.
Yep.
By myself. It's my time to listen to Tumblehome. Everybody's got their own time. Everybody's got their own tumble time.
Oh,
how has tumble time not become a thing yet? Oh my god. It's tumble time. We're in hour 2 of season 2. Cheers, Eric. It's tumble time. Yeah, so everybody's got their own tumble time. And I'm going to start doing my tumble time on Spotify personally just because,
it's just way easier to use. Everything's
I'm already
there.
hooked up there. And, if any of the other podcasts I listen to aren't on Spotify, then, see you later, suckers. No, I'm just kidding. I'll keep listening on Stitcher.
See you later, suckers.
I'm a loyal listener.
Yeah, so Spotify, that's fun. That's neat. Super easy. Do we want to quick talk about what maybe our potential plans are in the next month? That's kind of what this episode has been about. Maybe
we're gonna go over our stuff.
I think we've teased it a couple of times already.
Oh, absolutely.
But, I think the thinking is hopefully by about this time next month we will have traversed the Pigeon River and ceremonially portaged the Grand Portage to complete from Lake Superior to Lac LaCroix.
Oh, yeah.
The border lakes for both of us.
Yes. That will absolutely fill in the last section for me.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe, I honestly can't believe that's a thing. I've even, I've been up to Crane, Sandpoint, and Namakan, but in a motorboat. Yeah. And so it doesn't really count. But, and I didn't really do the section between Crane and the Lac, as our good friend called it. But everything in between there, from Lac down now, I've basically gotten to South Fowl. So I need that Pigeon River.
River.
I love a river.
And that's the plan.
So we're going to do that. That's our first trip, I think, of the year. Unless we do some day trip stuff before then. Because, we want to do it in high water. But I don't think we don't need to do it in, like, flood stage.
Which is kind of what it's at right now.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to go now on the Pigeon River.
Yeah.
I'm not that hardcore anymore.
We did the one flood stage. That was enough.
Yeah, we proved our flood stage worth. I'm going to keep our perfect record intact.
Just barely.
Never capsized. I've only 98% capsized. Brought it back from the abyss.
So yeah, we got the Grand Portage as a completion. We might try to do some fun things with the camera. Obviously some field recordings to put together some things. If these videos never really come together in a solid full episode, we might just have it be a part of what you get access to as a patron of the show.
Sure.
And maybe just an occasional behind the scenes.
If you want to see, my fresh looks.
If you want to hear Adam swearing off screen, off the mic.
I'll be giving out disc golf recommendations, showing off some of my sculpture
Yeah.
pieces on just only for on the video. This is you get a little extra glimpse into the madness that is Studio K.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun of it, and just the madness that is us in the field.
The madness of us in the field, is that's definitely something. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't really re-listen to any episodes besides the in the field episodes. I have re-listened to those, and those are like, even for me, obviously, like there's maybe
Well, yeah, you get to listen to them in post. I do once they're up, I will go and listen.
I listen to them on like 4 times speed in post, though. It's not like an enjoyment thing. It's just like a go
keep it sharp.
But yeah, the in the field, like the PMA episode, like this winter when I was just like, I can't handle this cold darkness anymore.
Crashing through.
I need to listen. And so it's just like, I love the sounds, like just like it doesn't seem like a big deal at the time, but just getting the recordings of like birds in the trees, or just like the sound of water is like amazing. It's great. So but before shoveling water.
Yeah.
So let's shout out some patrons. This is awesome. We've got some people who are willing to donate, essentially.
So we're shouting out their full name and their birthday? That seems dangerous.
Full name, birthday, social security card, and the 16-digit credit card number that they provided. I
can't believe patrons giving this out like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is the billing. These are the billing addresses for our patrons, and
houses are really overrated. Unless they're like on a Ghost Hunters episode, then they're chock full of spirits.
Yeah, no.
Great AVP sessions.
Gooseberry is pretty sweet, but yeah, like I've never understood lighthouses.
Is there anybody here? I just saw something up there.
I just got a chilly
you have goosebumps.
Oh, look at those goosebumps.
Must be the old.
There they are.
Keeper.
This is gonna be like an hour missing from this video, but you're getting it.
Splice it all together.
Splice it all together.
Yeah, I'm down with the waterfalls. I don't know. We'll try and keep it. I'll try and keep it all off the shore, but I'm gonna have a hard time keeping High Falls off of it.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's like 100 waters adjacent.
Well, yeah, especially if we're gonna do a Pigeon River trip this spring. So,
what's the state park down like south of Duluth? That's like got a bunch of crazy falls. Like that's like right outside of like, you can't include that.
No, south of Duluth.
Jay
sorry,
Cook,
honestly,
like
I don't
Jay Cook
even
State
consider
Park.
anything south of the first tunnel real. So
it's all a hologram.
It's all a matrix.
Yeah. So I think we've got I feel like comfortable with everything being on a level playing field now. There's been
the
like
stage
for the
is
last
set.
2 weeks I've been like, I want to talk about this. I got to get this. We got to talk about Spotify, all the amazing people we saw at the show, and then we've got to talk about what we're doing.
Episode 1 of Game of Thrones, where you got to kind of get everybody reacquainted with where everybody is, get your ducks in a row, get it together, and then we can proceed.
Yeah, it's like the Goodwill Hunting like equation chalkboard. We just erased it. It's all erased. It's all clean.
Fresh.
We're going forward. It's going to be an awesome season. Open water is here.
It is. It's
pretty
official.
much.
It's official.
Essentially. By the time this comes out on Sunday, there's not going to be more than like a little ice cube floating around in a lake.
Do you think that people are going to be upset that we didn't really consider talking about fishing more? Although it is fishing opener up here this weekend.
I don't know.
We kind of dabbled in it with a few little Clio takes, but I think last year we kind of featured fishing on opener, and what happened? We got skunked because the water is like somehow 40 degrees, 2.1 degrees, and the fish aren't even alive.
I think we're fine.
Yeah, we'll get to fishing later. Honestly, I don't fish on opener that much, or that hard at least.
No, fishing opener up here is like 2 days after ice out. Fish are just barely waking up. They're not ready to do anything. So,
do we want to maybe jam the social media a little bit? I think we were talking about this on the ride back from the cities.
Oh, sure.
We haven't really plugged our actual ways to get a hold of us. Obviously, we're on Reddit. Check out our BWCA.
Our BWCA is a fun place to be these days. Don't ruin it, please. Subreddits, they can get ruined.
They're sidetracked a little bit, but this one's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's solid.
So we're on there a lot. We are obviously on Facebook, And Eric is handling a lot of the Facebook side of it. If you want to make a comment or send a message that way. I got the Instagram side locked down. And so you will notice, and I think we were talking about this on the ride, and I wanted to mention this, that a lot of places you may follow their social media, like their Facebook and Instagram and everything else. It's all the same stuff, just jamming every platform with the same stuff.
Yeah, there's the option to like share via Instagram and Facebook, so it's like you share the same thing on 2 different spots. So
right, and
like,
a lot of people do this like all the time. So then you like, I already saw this.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many people follow us on both though. But I just want to say that very rarely are the material you see on those 2 feeds different. Did I said they're wrong? They're always different.
They're always different.
Yeah, we rarely actually like double share onto both.
Right.
So, and we kind of both handle each thread in our own way. So you get a little bit of unique perspective that way. And so we definitely recommend if you're on one on the other, that's cool and you can get a hold of us that way. But if you're on both, it's worth a follow on both. I don't do that for a lot of things. I just like, I'll follow them here or there.
Yeah. Well, we recognize that Facebook is like the dying platform. It's stupid. Like honestly, it's just,
boy.
Here's
Season 2, the truth come out.
Yeah. I mean, the truth has always been just below.
We're there for you. If you're like,
we're there for you. Honestly, yes.
We're down to chat, but